as I view this overall rape culture, it's not new. Obviously, it's been there this whole time, but like really looking at the structural ways in which it has always been there, and how much in my mind, at least I was set up to understand sex and touch and things as things that happen to me, or desires, sort of things that happen to me if I were so lucky to be chosen that time, Anyway, I've been thinking about this experience I had at my like first job in Chicago when I was like 18 or 19, where basically this guy who was my coworker, he was a few years older than me. I was new to Chicago. I'm trying to make friends. We were like friends on the lawn, working at the fucking coffee shop. And I remember one time I was like about to finish my closing shift and I got a text from him, and he lived in the neighborhood. He lived close to where we worked. He was like, "Hey, do you want to come hang out after your shift?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, definitely." Like, "Oh yay, friends." Like we weren't really flirty vibes. We were like friends vibes. And like his roommate would come in to the coffee shop sometimes, and one of the most fun things that you could do as a barista, at least if you're a girly like me, is like give people free stuff if you want to. Give the friend of the friend free stuff. Like that's the two powers of the barista is the playlist and the ability to give free stuff to people if you want to. So that had happened before, whatever. I go to his house. I get there. It's like, "Hey, what's good?" I go inside. His roommate's there. He's there. I'm like, "Oh, cool. Upright bass. That's cool." Or I'm just like, "Huh, here I am in this nice apartment, blah, blah, blah." My coworker's not there for more than really like 5 minutes before he's like, "All right, I gotta go. I gotta go to work." I'm like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm closing tonight." I'm like, "What? Wait, what?" Like, then why did you? And he's gone. Backpack gone. And then it's just me and his roommate. And his roommate's looking at me in a way. And it's the sort of thing, like, I don't even know how it begins. I'm probably like, "Oh, whatever." Then he's making out with me. And I remember being so confused, being like, "Wait, what?" Like, and in my mind, like as he's making out with me and like pulling me onto the couch on top of him, I'm like flashing to like me giving him free coffee. I'm like, was that it? Was it the free coffee? Was that an invitation? Was that me saying that I wanted to have sex with him? Was me talking to my coworker about like boys and dating stuff? And like, was that me telling him that I wanted to have sex with this guy? And he's making out and he's touching, and it's all the things, and he's hands everywhere, and it's like rough, and I'm kind of like, I don't know, like, and he's very much doing like, and I'm so sorry to like any women that are listening, this gender and whatever, but like, if you've experienced stuff like this and this is like hard to listen to, I'm sorry, but I do think like, I just don't know how many like men or like, non-femme people like understand these types of like moments or have like heard these types of stories. And I do think that there's like a lot of boys who'd be listening to my podcast. So like, anyways, I don't know why it's uncomfortable for me to talk about. Like, it's a horrible thing that happened, but I do think it's relevant to share. So he's, hands all over me, and he's like, like, you want it. And then like in my mind, and he's big guy and whatever. And I'm like, did I want it? He says, "I know I want it." I thought I was coming over here to just hang out with my coworker, maybe my coworker and him, but not, and he's gone. And why did my coworker leave me here? The trap. And at some point, he's like, I kind of push off of him, and I will never forget how I left that place. Cause I was like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just kind of like, I'm so gross right now. I'm actually I'm getting like kind of sick right now. Like, I'm just really gross. Like, I'm sorry. I just can't do this right now. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry like 15 times on the way out, fumbling with the door. Like, I'm sorry. I'm like really gross right now. I kept saying like, I'm really gross right now. And I'm sorry. Because I feel like in the back of my mind, it was like, if this were to happen to me, it's like, well, I didn't like shower or shave or anything. And it's like, because I wasn't having sex today. Anyways, I got out of there. That was lucky. I was really, really confused about how any of that happened. I felt really betrayed, obviously, by this guy who like I thought was my friend. And I remember like calling my mom and being like, I feel like something bad happened. I was like, something like weird kind of just happened. Like something was like weird. And it's like, yeah, you just got like fully like trapped. And so the concept of feeling trapped is definitely like thematic in my life. Trapped in the subway, trapped in a coworker's apartment. The reason I bring that up is that I just know that putting a man in jail for rape, sexual assault, any of this gender-based harm does not solve that, right? The culture, whatever made that guy and that guy think that was what was, even if I sought my revenge on both of them. Basically, my question is, how many men in jail before rape ends? And the math doesn't math, because the same system that is actually upholding the rape culture that is foundational to this country, to the operation of this, civilization based upon fucking colonization. And what is colonization if not rape at its base? What is capitalism, patriarchy, white supremacy, if not rape on structural levels? They are all predicated on dehumanization. They all require dehumanization. And this is why, when people try to separate capitalism, patriarchy, and white supremacy from each other, it boggles my mind, because they need each other to survive, right? And in the interest, as an abolitionist, and this is where it becomes really, really important to me. And I know I'm not the only like abolitionist and an abolitionist like femme woman person speaking to this. I'm just speaking to it with my experience. Like, it is so important that we don't let abolition fall apart when it comes to gender-based harm, because the same system that can lock up a woman for getting an abortion because of the rape that happened to her will never be the same system that can give us accountability for the harm of rape. It just can't.